You ready? We will not lose, let it sink in. Never back down, we don't play around. Coming for the dub and the crown. Battle for the win, we the kingpin. We will not lose, let it sink in. Never back down, we don't play around. Coming for the dub and the crown. We will not lose, let it sink in.
Hello and welcome to this week's Game Changers. I'm your host, and as you can see, we are happy to welcome the one and only Mike Olmstead as the new co-host. You don't need an introduction, but I'm just glad to have you here on Game Changers with me.
They are very familiar with my work because that's actually my band responsible for that music.
Right.
Hey, Lauren, this week we are headed to Southeast Kansas for the state powerlifting competition. You know all about that.
I
You have
do.
a little bit of powerlifting in your repertoire.
Yeah, in high school, exactly. I didn't compete, but I did lift some weights, but it's been a while, so let's not ask me to do any type of...
Me either. This isn't like the typical sporting event you would see in the Southeast region. 75 athletes from across the state of Kansas squared off in squat, deadlift, and bench press. They have been training for 8 weeks to get ready for this competition. Olivia Ryan, of course, the Southeast Region Director for Special Olympics Kansas. She told us even though these folks come from Kansas City, Wichita, Pittsburgh, even Hayes, you couldn't tell by the way they interact with one another.
I think the most fun is seeing the athletes from different teams competing together, and no matter what team they're on, no matter if one person's lifting more than the other, they're cheering each other on the entire time. I will say our athletes have friends from all over the state. A lot of the times the state competitions is really where they get to hang out and just keep building on their friendships.
These athletes were quick to remind us that this was a competition and they had some serious goals in mind that they wanted to achieve.
Do you have a goal? Are you hoping to hit a specific weight?
Yes, I'm hoping to hit a PR. For deadlift, it is 350, and then for squat, it is 285. I love Special Olympics because it helps me make friends.
We're looking forward to the deadlifts.
Yeah.
She's so strong. We're aiming for 85. No, we're aiming for 105 pounds, right, Hannah? 105. This is our first time bringing girls with our team to weightlifting, and it is fantastic. I wish we could get more girls involved in this sport. Right, Hannah? We need more girls in this sport.
Yeah, well, I've been getting a lot of gold medals. I've been winning a lot in powerlifting. My record was 464 this year. Last year it was 540 and 520.
Personal record for powerlifting. It's like 400. I'm not technically sure because haven't done it in a while. It's in the 400s though, I believe so. Yeah, I just got done with the deadlift. My max was 395. Wasn't trying to do anything too crazy, so.
So earlier we just saw you doing the lift. How much were you able to put on the bar?
100.
Wow. So you did your 145 pound lift.
Yes.
Is that your record?
Yes.
How does it feel that you came out here and you broke your record?
Yes.
Are you excited?
Yes. With all the athletes that come out here for powerlifting is a good thing to do for the build up and get strength, get tough, and get buff.
Scotty Ball is the best, man. Hey, you heard what he said. Get tough, get buff. We're going to start things off with the squat now. For those of you who may not be lifters, that squat lift involves putting the barbell on your upper back, bending your knees, pushing back up to put the weight back on the rack. And as you can see from the video, these youngsters were really stacking on the weights on that bar. Keep in mind, the bar only weighs about 35 pounds. The smallest weights that go on the bars are about 2.5 pounds. The largest plates weigh about 45 pounds. So some of these guys are squatting some serious weight. Now you have to check out our guy Cody McQuinn. You heard from him. He was a big fan of the answer yes. He is the lifter wearing the bright yellow shirt. Remember, we heard from him earlier talking about setting a personal record in lifting. We'll check out his reaction after this lift.
So much energy.
Yeah.
You love to see it.
Not only does he give his coach a high five, made sure to stop by our camera to celebrate that lift. Great job by that young man. Great lifts just keep coming. Check out the weight some of these people are lifting. They are putting multiple big plates on that bar. Again, great job by all of those athletes.
And we're going to head straight over to deadlift. This lift has athletes bend over the bar, which is on the floor, and they have to pull that bar up to their hip area and then slam it back down. I love when you just slam it back down with authority, but check out how much weight these guys are lifting. The bar weighs about 35 pounds, and these people are stacking the plates with the bar and 2 big plates. Like these guys are lifting, that's well over 100 pounds. These guys are deadlifting. They're not even struggling or breaking a sweat. They're just making it look so effortless and not a lot of drama or emotion in this competition. These guys are locked in, very serious, but you can see they were getting a lot of support from those watching the competition.
All right, last lift from this competition, the bench press, and we get some action from the ladies. Remember, the coach from the Storming Rangers said this was the first time that we're bringing girls to the powerlifting competition, and there weren't a lot of girls who participated in the sport. Of course, we got some highlights of some of the guys lifting as well, but ladies, how about this for motivation? The lifters started out just bench pressing the bar, which again, 35 pounds, and then they started stacking on those weights. First, we have some highlights from our girl Hannah, who talked to us earlier, had a big goal for herself. She wanted to lift 105 pounds in the deadlift. As for her work on the bench, she's starting out just lifting the bar, but those efforts make her coaches very proud. Hannah wasn't the only one showing off her skills on the bench press. Look at these efforts from more athletes. We got some athletes lifting in the 50 to 60 pound range, and the weight amount only went up from there. How about this from a Kansas City area athlete who triple stacked the plates and really just made it look easy. It wasn't a triple stacker, but how about a double stack effort using a couple of the big plates. And here's our last highlight of the women's competition. It's Hannah again. While she wasn't stacking on the weights, she was trying to get in as many reps as she could. Good for her. A round of high fives for her. She finishes everything up. A great job of the ladies who competed in the bench press. Like we said, we did not forget about the guys. We also got to some bench press highlights of them, as you have seen before, and we've mentioned before. They were not messing around when it was their turn, stacking on the weight plates, getting in extra reps. Each athlete doing their lifts with ease. It was a solid day for these young men on the bench press.
One quick question. I'm going to put you on the spot, Olmstead. We talked about goals earlier. How important is it to have these goals when going into competitions?
Big time for any athlete. I mean, it's the mental mindset. You know this all too well. The mental part of the game, some say, is 90% of it, right?
Exactly.
Physical, some as well, a lot as well. But yeah, if you've got a mindset and you got a goal, then you just try and achieve it.
Exactly.
And I love the work by these young men and women.
I think it's very important that all these athletes, had a goal, but started kind of just with the bar and then made their way up. One, you got to warm up, but two, it just shows that you guys are trying to improve yourselves and get to your PR. And even if you didn't hit your PR, I think all these athletes should still be proud of themselves for just coming out and powerlifting and, representing their team in the state of Kansas. Well, that does it for this week's Game Changers. Mike, this was your first show. What's your thoughts on it?
I feel like lifting something, like maybe that couch.
Exactly. I think we're going to go power lift after this episode. I mean, we'll warm up, we'll stretch. We're not going to hurt ourselves, but we have so much more coming up in the next few weeks. Special Olympics Kansas has been busy.
Yep. Next week, we're going to go back to Pittsburgh for the state flag football competition. A lot of good highlights from that. We will see you next time.
Watch me